I just got back from going out and photographing during one of the best sunrises I've seen in a really long time, and I think I may have taken one of my favorite photos ever. Now, of course, I just got back from doing this, so I'm feeling really excited, but I think one of the reasons why I am is because I'm what you would describe as a planner. I like looking the night before, in this case for a sunrise, and looking at the forecast, checking all the apps that I have available to see what the probability is of it being a great sunrise or a great sunset. And I'm really proud that I did this because not only did I look at all the forecasts, but I also trusted my gut. And I did this by making the right decisions to go to the right place in order to be in the right position to take the photo that I did. And I'm so excited to share this photo with you later on in the video. And I want to talk about why I think it is so important to trust your gut and use the resources available to determine not only where you want to go for your photo, but what it might look like when you go out. And that way you're in the right position to take the best possible photo, as I think it might have been in this case on this morning with the photo that I was able to capture. I am trying to walk a little quickly to get to my location because it is hazy, and as you can see right behind me, the sky looks like it might be opening up and having some really great color. We are at Black Point Trail in Narragansett. I'm a little behind and I just want to get set up and find the right place because this trail has so many interesting locations that you can set up for photos. And so I want to really be thoughtful about where I set up today, because if the forecast holds, which it looks like it might, this is going to be a really amazing morning. Okay, so you saw some pretty scenes of the sun coming up while I scrambled to try to find a place to get a photo, and I managed to snap one long exposure off with my wide angle lens all the way out at 17 mil. It was a 6-second exposure, and I could see that the sun was fighting to break through in the clouds, and I think the clouds are gonna win. There's like this low bank of clouds that's bringing this fog along with it. It's kind of just pushing to the north where the sun is coming up from. Looks cool. I was really hoping for some more beauty in the clouds, but there are some fishermen out this morning along the jetty, so I got those guys. So it's a nice photo, but unfortunately I think it might be the only photo we get. This is the thing that's so tricky about mornings like this, is you can read every forecast, every cloud radar to see what's going to go on, but it will still remain a mystery until you actually get out to see what the morning has to offer. I'm going to see if I can make something else here. There's a boat out in the water, so I might break out the long lens and then talk about why I came here this morning. And I am glad I did, because my other location would have been pretty much a total loss if I had gone. Yeah, so let's try that. Okay, plot twist, the sun is making a comeback, so see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to try and fire off some exposures here. I switched to my 28 to 200 lens because I wanted to have a little bit of flexibility with what I was able to shoot in terms of a focal length range, and then I look up from getting my lens switched and all of a sudden the sky is lighting up again. It really looked like it was going to be a total washout after that one little brief moment of color, but as I try to get a panorama here, so what I'm doing is I'm shooting at like 28 mil, and I'm going to do 6 shots, 3 of kind of the bottom half of the image, and then 3 more of the top half of the image, and see if I can put something together with that. But this looks really nice. It's like, again, you're just totally at the mercy of the conditions. One moment you feel like, oh, I've struck out, I thought I had a great thing, and then you just gotta hang around when you have the time, and sometimes really amazing moments like this pop up. But I wanna focus on the settings because I wanna make sure I have good settings for this, because it does look really lovely. So let me focus on that and see if I can get something even better than the first image that I had. Oh, and I went just when I thought I couldn't get any better. Oh, this is so good. All right, let's make sure we don't screw it up. Get it in focus. There's the fisherman. Oh, let's bring this down just a touch to make it just a tad darker to start. I'm gonna do a bracketed exposure to get this shot, and oh, this looks so good. So these clouds have just totally absorbed the sun, and I can see the sun starting to peek out over the horizon, and it's made this like this lovely band, and the texture of the clouds is so nice. But what I love about this is it's kind of making an arc and pointing down onto these guys who are fishing here, and this is just, oh, this is really good. Wow. See, sometimes you have to trust the science. You should trust the science, trust the forecast, because this is amazing. Wow. Okay, don't forget to take the photos too. Take the photos as well. Those are important. Okay, so I've switched to portrait mode, and I've got my 28-200 on. I left my long lens in the car because I wanted to have flexibility, and now there's this boat that's making its way towards the sun, and I'm gonna have to be patient and hope this band of clouds, this arc that I had earlier, holds. And if I can time it right to get the boat past the sun just as the sun's coming up, that could be really cool too. All right, here comes that boat. Let's get ready for it. On my camera, it's about to pass into the sun. Get the shutter. Nice, let's do one more. Oh, I'm so glad I came here, because the other location that I was thinking of going to that I didn't go to, and I'm glad I didn't, was Point Judith. And I know I talked in a previous video that the next time I went out, it was going to be to go to Point Judith. But if I'd gone there, Point Judith sits to the southeast and the sun was rising to the northeast, and that ended up being where all the action was, to the southeast. The clouds are just really not really doing much. It would have been too thick, too many low clouds, and you wouldn't have seen practically anything over there. But this, oh, this is just unbelievable. Yeah, really great. Wow. So, moral of the story, look at forecasts, trust science, trust your gut. And if you do all of that, you can have really special mornings like this. I can't remember, well, probably the last time I had a morning that made me this excited in terms of photography was the morning for the very first video I published on this channel, which you can see. I'll link to it up here. That's probably the last time I was this excited about a morning. And part of that was because I went out and I looked ahead and I planned and I trusted my gut, and it ended up working out. So good. Oh, that certainly was one of the best mornings that I have had in recent memory. And the photo that I ended up getting, I mean, this is just, I am so pleased with this photo. Now, of course, things that I wasn't able to predict, I wasn't able to predict that these fishermen would be out. I wasn't able to predict that the boat would be approaching the sun as it was peaking. And of course, I mean, this cloud is like a photographer's dream. Just so incredible. And the fact that it's pointing down on these fishermen, this just, to me, tells such a story. I showed this photo to my wife before I started recording, and she said, "This looks like heaven." And I kind of have to agree. This was a heavenly experience that I had. I'm so pleased with this picture. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is, how did I make the decision to go to this location? Where did I go to look in terms of the probability of the sunrise being as good as it was? And I go to a few places, and I found that the place that I tend to go to first is my sunset. And when I go to my sunset, there's two percentages that I look for. I, of course, look for that really strong high percentage, and the high 80s is generally as high as it gets. But also, as it was this morning, that mid 30s, 34%, 39%, I have found that that's right on the cusp between it being a sunrise where the clouds are too low, or a sunrise where the clouds are going to give you that gap and it's actually going to be a really great sunrise. A little misleading, of course, in terms of the numbers, but it's something I've learned in the years that I've used the app. After that, I end up going to Alpenglow, and on Alpenglow, when I searched both where I am in Providence and down in Narragansett, both indications were that it would be a really great sunrise. And then I go to Clear Outside, and Clear Outside is where I get all of my cloud measurements. What you're looking for here are your medium and your high clouds, and in this case, both the medium and high clouds were sitting in the high 80s to low 90s range, and that's right around the perfect number that you're looking for a sunrise or a sunset like this one. And so I'm super glad that I looked. I do all that in about a minute. It only takes a minute, and you can have more information in terms of what it's going to look like when you try to go out to photograph, especially when you're in the more unpredictable conditions of a sunrise where it's super dark. It's really hard to see when you're first up in the morning. You don't know what you're going to expect until you get there. But looking at the forecast gives you a leg up, and you can make better decisions about where it is you want to go and what it is that you're going to hope to photograph. And in this case, this is as good as I could have hoped for. This is certainly one of my favorite memories that I've had in the years that I've been photographing, and I think it will endure the test of time as being one of my favorite photos, and I'm so pleased with it. And I'm really glad that I was able to go out and have this experience. And what I want to do is I want to keep bringing you experiences like this. So if you've made it this far into the video and you like what you've seen, do me a favor, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. It goes a really long way in telling me that the kinds of videos I'm doing are the kind that you enjoy, and we can keep doing these videos and going out and sharing these moments together. So of course, as always, thanks for watching this video, and when I'm back out again, which will be soon, I'll see you then.